So I wanted to comment on something that has been in the news a lot lately, and that is a lot of the NFL players taking a knee during the national anthem in protest for racial injustice and police brutality. Now, I saw an incredible video by Barack Obama, who, when asked this question, he basically said it is up to both sides to have the courage to listen to each other. And so I wanted to offer my perspective on what's happening. Now, first, let me say that I am a white male. Surprise. And I realize how much privilege that is afforded to me because of my gender and the color of my skin. I also want to be very clear that I have had many family members who have served the United States. And I am so grateful, and anybody out there that has served, thank you for serving our country. I appreciate all the work that you've done. I have never served, and I can't imagine what that feels like. So thank you for that. Please know that I'm genuinely grateful. However, I want to come at this from a different perspective. Because I'm not a person of color, I can't talk to racial injustice. But what I can talk to as a gay man with a disability, I can talk about disability and LGBTQ injustice, which is why I support what these folks are doing in the NFL. 2 years ago, count them, only 2 years ago, my home country in the United States, the Supreme Court declared that gay marriage would be legal across the entire country. Up until then, I lived in a country whose flag and whose freedom wasn't afforded to me, wasn't given to me. Let me break that down for you. As a gay man, 2 years ago, I didn't have access to my partner's health care. If my partner got sick and was in the hospital, I did not have the freedom or the right to visit my partner in the hospital. If my partner were to pass away, I did not potentially have the right to a property or a home that we built together. Until gay marriage was legal, I did not and was not afforded the right to get a tax break being a married couple. Look at this from a serving the military perspective. We have so many men and women who want to serve in the military, but we have a commander-in-chief who is telling the population of the United States that because you are transgender, you shouldn't serve or potentially can't serve in the military. I still face homophobia on a daily basis. And although our country has moved forward and we do have the right to marry, there are still states that are trying to block this. So this freedom that everyone is fighting for, I don't have it. I don't get access to all the freedom that you're talking about. So those of you that are upset in the military, this has nothing to do with you. They are not protesting you fighting. What they are protesting is a freedom that is not afforded to them and a freedom that is not afforded to me. And as a person with a disability, is every building accessible? Nope. Does every building have an accessible washroom? Nope. That is not a freedom that is given to me. But a lot of people have been comparing this to Martin Luther King. And some people are saying, this is not what he did. He did it in a respectful, meaningful way. His daughter posted on Twitter a photo of her dad, Martin Luther King Jr., taking a knee on the sidewalk with a group of incredible other people of color. He did the same thing. He just didn't have a public platform that would be on national TV every single day. There is no difference. Them sitting at a lunch counter, Rosa Parks refusing to sit at the back of a bus, it's the same thing. I've done a bunch of research and I watched a video by a man named Brandon Tatum who had some pretty valid points. He is a person of color and on the opposite side of this issue and is quite upset and feels angry about people protesting the military. Again, that's not what this is about. This is protesting a country that only gives freedom to a select group of people. That's what they're protesting. But the one thing that I did really agree with Brandon in his video is that you can't just take a knee. That's important, and what it's done is it started a dialogue. And where I agreed with Brandon in this video is that you can't just take a knee. You've taken a knee, and that's been amazing and powerful, and it started the conversation. But moving forward, now we have to start looking at how do we change policies? How do we get out there? How do we donate to the right organizations that will help push these freedoms that many people don't have forward? And that's the next step. We need to look at this from a different lens, that it's not in disrespect of people who have served our country. Again, I've had family members that have served, and I'm so proud of them. And I'm so proud of all of you who continue to serve. This has to do with the country that is very selective around its freedom. So my ask for you is that you now look at ways to not just take a knee, but to look at ways to go out there and systemically change our country. That is what I'm doing right now. I am involved with the Human Rights Campaign. I donate to them every year because of the work that they do to help change policies, and I will continue to stay informed. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that we continue to have this dialogue with each other and have the courage and the willingness to listen to both sides.